Hello, it's Jeffrey with Real Nifty Vintage, and today Etsy released changes to their website and their service, and I wanted to go over a little bit of what I have been reading and I guess my general thoughts about it. So this is the page that talks about it. You can find it in the seller news section on Etsy's website, or if you're a seller, I know they sent emails out today on the 14th. But first things first, the transaction fee is going up. Currently it is charged at 3.5% and it's going to 5%. Now, by itself, that's not a huge deal. You know, that's about 1.5%. But the stinger on that is it now applies to the cost of shipping. That's right, you will be charged 5% for the item and the shipping. That's not an entirely new idea by any means. eBay already does that with their final value fee, and Etsy is now following suit. I think the main reason that Etsy is doing this is because it's a broad, easy approach to fix the problem that some sellers do, where they'll list something for maybe $5, put the shipping down for $30, and then they get away from paying that fee. There are ways to prevent that, but I think it's a lot easier for Etsy to do an even-handed swoop across the board with a generalized percentage. So that being said, what does it look like? So if you spend about if you have an item that sells for $100, 5% of that total cost, well, that's $5. So even if the item sold for $50 and the shipping was $50, you're paying about $2.50 on that shipping aspect of it that you wouldn't have paid before, if that makes sense. And another thing to note about that is the entire cost of $100, which includes shipping in this example that I'm setting up, is your gross sales, and it has always been considered your gross sales. So you never really made only $50 in the eyes of taxes or the government. You made $100, but what you write off is that extra $50 in shipping because that's an expense. So in actuality, you are collecting $100 from the customer, then you are in turn going and you're purchasing your own shipping, however you want to do it. You can use Etsy shipping, you can use PayPal, and that's up to you. You can try to save money from what you charge the customer. That's completely up to you. That's an expense. That's your expense, not the customer's expense. They are not buying shipping. You are buying it for them. So that's one distinction to be made. So outside of that, the page talks about that you get new tools. I am looking at their plans and they're sort of vague right now. Maybe they're vague by design, but maybe they jumped the gun a little bit. Who knows? But right now you get the standard plan for free. That's basically Etsy as you know it, with an added fee, of course, percentage fee. There's also a plus plan that is currently $10 a month, very nice price, and then it goes up to $20 in January of 2019. And then there's a premium, which has no other information on the price, but that will be launching in 2019, and you'll know exactly what's going to be in that plan at that point. So across all of these plans, you are still going to be charged the 5% for the shipping and the item, plus your listing fees. Let's see here. A lot of information, great things on the horizon. So here's, I think, how they're justifying this increase. Etsy is saying that they're going to be spending more money on online advertising and television advertising. I think that's really great that they're putting themselves out there and expanding their customer base. They are trying to gain more of a market share. I think that's a good thing, and they're going to need capital to do that. So I don't mind spending money, a little extra money, to help Etsy reach their goals, which are going to in turn reach our goals in having more eyeballs on our listings and selling more product. So that's all good. Then they're going to talk a little bit about the tools. It's very vague, and if you keep scrolling down on this page, I think it eventually, here we go, learn more about the packages. That's what we're going to check out now. So it says, here's what you'll find in Etsy Plus. Now that is the current plan that they tell you the most about. It's going to be released in July for $10 a month, and I think then at the beginning of the year of 2019, it'll jump to $20. So here's what you find in Etsy Plus. They're going to give you more customization options on your shop. That includes banner templates and featured listing options. So as far as this is concerned, I'm not that excited about it. I mean, if you want to customize your banner, there are certainly ways to do that with external websites such as Fiverr, where you pay a small fee and you got your custom banner done. Or if you just know how to do that yourself, you can do it yourself. I don't know if it's going to give you more information, more customization as far as changing your banner out quickly based on sales or what, but that would be interesting to see. You'll also be able to set your own .com address or a .store address. It's saying save 50%. I mean, that's all right and dandy. A .com address is only about $12 a year, so not a huge gain right there. It's certainly nice that it's going to be built in. Here's a big thing that I'm very excited about. Save with discounts on custom packaging and promotional materials. Now for this, it sort of makes my imagination run wild. I don't know exactly where they're going to go with this, but I hope that they implement things such as custom tapes, poly mailers, cubed boxes, or even sticker packs that have custom Etsy fragile stickers and things like that on them. With the tapes, eBay currently does things like that where they say eBay on them. eBay has custom poly mailers. I think they even have some boxes. But if Etsy can do the same thing, that would be very cool, especially if they could sell these items to us at a very competitive rate that are in line with buying bulk boxes on Amazon or even eBay. So that would be very cool. And it would also be very good for them to have Etsy branded boxes and supplies, because then they are in turn advertising their own service. It's just a win for all of us around if that turns out to be a good thing. Another cool thing here is this tell shoppers your items are back in stock. For vintage sellers, that's not a huge thing, you know, the one-of-the-kind pieces that you're not really going to get back in stock. But for all of the handmade things, I can see that being really interesting for them. And this last little thing here, bonus listing and advertising credits, I don't really care about this. I think that this should be billed or advertised as a special perk for signing up, because in essence, if you want the $5 credit, you can just buy your own $5 in advertising credits. So I don't necessarily like that they're bundling that in, because what if you don't use your advertising credits? What if you don't really want to advertise on their website? So that, whatever. Moving right along. So here we have a broader view of their plans. The standard plan, which says access to 34 million shoppers around the world. That's important to know. So they did raise the price to 5% on the total selling price, and that is what you're getting. You're getting an amazing platform that they built. They invested millions of dollars into this platform to allow for you to sell on it, for allow me to sell on it. And they do lots of advertising with Google. I have seen advertising. I've seen my own listings pop up in Google from time to time. So they are doing quite a lot to bring shoppers to Etsy. They also give you the tools and services. So that would be the stats, which are sort of lacking, the statistics and things like that. Their tools are a little bit, they have room to grow. And I think that with these plans, you'll see that they are realizing that. And then the last two little features, I guess they're saying they have, is powerful paid advertising. Yes, of course, you can spend more money with them and spend even more money with Pattern if you want to do so. I have a review of Pattern and how I don't really think that it's a great value. You can watch that. It's on a separate video. I'll link it below. So that is the standard features. It's free to use Etsy outside. I mean, of course, pay your 5% for selling, but there it is. And I forgot to mention there is a 20 cents listing fee like usual, and I still think that there is a payment processing fee of 3.5%. I think. I'll mention it below in the description if I'm wrong on that, but I do think that that is on top of the 5% across the board. Then in the plus category here, we have the same features as the standard with the addition of advanced shop customization. We talked about that. Restock requests, we talked about that. Promotional web address, all fine and dandy, and that price is $10 a month right now. And you also get listing credits, a $3 value, mind you. Again, this stuff right here I think is just kind of dopey. I mean, it doesn't, $3, $5. If you want to buy promoted credits, you can do that on your own. I don't like that they're bundling that. Next up, and this is the most elusive category, the premium. So we know it has everything that the Plus has except it adds advanced management tools, allows you to take control with tools built for business owners with employees. I interpret that to be a scenario where maybe you have people that do your draft listings for you, or you have people that just do shipping, and you don't want them to have access to your entire Etsy account. I would love it if that was the case, because then that would allow for small business owners to delegate different aspects of their company to different individuals without giving up the, statistics, the income, the back end stuff. So that would be very cool. Don't know if that's the direction they're going with that, but that would be a start, I think. Premium support, interesting. I think it's great to have premium support. I don't know. I don't really have many issues with Etsy where I have to call them often, so that's fine. Premium support. New advanced tools. Again, we have no clue what that is. No clue at all. And I would like anyone in the comments below to let me know what you think advanced tools would be, what you would like to see. I'm very interested in watching Etsy grow their tools and their back end to help sellers and buyers join together and just have greater sales and a greater environment. So that's really, I think, all I wanted to talk about. And I hope I've outlined the majority of everything you wanted to hear. But let me know in the comments below if you have any other questions. I will note right away, I do not have all the answers. And there is a forum on Etsy. I'll link that also in the description. So if you want to get talking to the people at Etsy and other sellers, they'll have more information and you can sort of go back and forth on that. But thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of everything, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye-bye.